What's wrong with gayness? What's wrong? You're asking this as an academic question, I take it. You know the answer. Yeah, okay. Gayness, young man, is not a sexual organ. The anus is for the elimination of solid human waste.
Not entirely extinct. See, dating is the easy thing to do.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a man loving another man. And I'm in love with a man, Jesus. I'm in love with him. But you don't express this homosexual. Matter of fact,
I said gay.
Wrap it up.
I said, as in you have an attraction to another man. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can be purely.
yeah, I like hanging out with Ruben and so on. Yeah, we watched the ball game last night, the Lakers. And
You guys watch
a
football?
couple other fellows. So yeah, that's good. Mostly I prefer the company of man who had to admit over a bunch of cactus cans every day, except for the wife
What does matter is
and the daughter.
What about the daughters?
And the daughter.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In reference to the Bible, a passage says that if you lose your slave, you're allowed to beat him up and take him for granted and own him again. Now, do you believe this in the modern century? I mean,
That was the old covenant under the Jews. We don't keep slaves today, but yes, the Torah regulated slavery and did treat slaves, called for the humane treatment of slaves. So, the Bible's a progressive revelation. These were a lot more primitive people, and we're going beyond slavery now, hopefully. But the problem is, a lot of you are enslaved to sin. You're in bondage to sin. Jesus came to set us free from the power and dominion of sin. So,
Brother Jed, are all your daughters taken, or could I possibly interview for a date?
well, the oldest daughter is married.
Oh, okay.
And her name is Evangeline. And when the young man came, and he was in the military, responsible, a sergeant, and had a house already, and he was a man of some ambition and potential. That's what I look for. And then he asked if he could court, not date, but court my daughter.
Could I court your daughter, please?
Now, I then had to subject him to 3 hours of intense interrogation.
Let's start.
And
Let's get it in.
we did everything short of waterboarding. Yeah.
Start.
And here's was the stumbling point for him.
I love baseball.
I said to him, well, that would be in your favor.
Yes.
I'm a
I'm
baseball.
also musical. Is your family musical?
What team?
The Dodgers.
Well, I'm the White Sox.
Well,
That's okay.
White Sox are my second favorite team.
Okay.
That's my
So,
conference team.
But here was the almost stumbling point with this guy who wanted to court my daughter. I said to him, now, young man, we don't believe in premarital kissing.
what?
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. What? You've never heard of that before. And so I explained to him that the Bible teaches in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 that it's good for a man not to touch a woman. And nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife and every woman have her own husband. And I explained to him, my wife's in here. We did not kiss until the minister said, I now pronounce you man and wife. He gave us permission to express our love physically. Well, let me finish this story here.
Okay, good.
And then he said, well, he was under the authority of the chaplains because he was involved in all the chapel services, making the music. He's very musical. And he said he had talked to the chaplains about this. And he got back with me a week later, and he said, well, the chaplains have never heard of no premarital kissing either. But he said, Mr. Smock, out of respect to you, even though I do not personally hold that standard, out of respect for you, I will not try to kiss your daughter. So I thought that was honorable on his part, and so then they started courting, and within I don't know, a year and a half or so, they got married.
So can I court her?
But she's married.
No, the other one. The youngest daughter, just graduated high school.
How old are you?
20.
Well, Charlotte's too old for you. She's a nurse. Let's see. Third daughter is married, Justina. The fifth one, or the fourth one is already courting. I gave a man. The fifth one is Martha. Or Priscilla.
That's
Priscilla.
right. You brought Martha here before.
Yeah, I brought Martha here 2 years
She did a
ago.
lovely display. I was trying to court her then.
Yeah.
She seemed fairly interested. I told her I loved baseball and the White Sox.
Well, you were too late. Another guy got in on courting
It's all right, I
Martha.
added her on
Priscilla seems to have a young man she already has some interest in. She's a freshman. Has anybody ever heard of College of the Ozarks? No. It's called Hard Work University. They call it that because you work for your tuition. You get free tuition, but you got to work for the university 14 hours a week, and then 40 hours one semester, either over Christmas break or spring break. And so she'll graduate debt-free, which makes her
What's her degree?
Yeah, debt-free.
What's her degree though?
She's studying nursing, but she's just a freshman now.
You're gonna allow her to work?
Oh yeah, because it's hard to
When I marry
find.
her, she will have to stay.
It's hard to find. What's your major?
I'm a history major, like you. I want to be a teacher, like
Professor.
Hey, we're looking for guys with money. Yeah. History teachers, you're not going to make much money. And there's not that, maybe if it was math, like,
So what was your senior thesis on?
yeah, he's going to do math, more demand for math teachers. But history, perhaps,
Can you train a bunch of people to be like you? Prophesize?
Yes, I'm here to disciple people. Especially to reach out to you men, make you disciples of Christ, show you what it is to be a real man. A real man has self-control.
How do you get a crowd?